torn off building. All the big trees. Before I got to the masjid, the first part of Houston was all down. Big trees all cut and stacked neatly. Electricity wasn't on yet. We had Gustav and everybody else. We used to have the older people in here will remember the old days. Hurricane Carla, 1961. Hurricanes of that proportion used to come against the United States every 20, 30, or 40 years. In the last few years, hurricanes have been running straight up the middle, right? So what does that mean? That means that the atmosphere, the environment is in imbalance. One end of the country is dried and burning, and the other is drowning. Those of you that read the Bible would know, right? That these type of disasters are signs. We call them ayats. So this big changeover will not come from the human being. The human being will be a support network. It's just a belief, an idea from thinking about it. When the water is flooded all of Baltimore and it's getting up here, they're going to say, we got to do something about it. Right? When all the polar caps is almost gone, the human being will say, we better get busy and hurry. What I'm saying is something that you know, but it maybe haven't hit home yet. The old ways of doing things is finished. Communism collapsed, it was out of date. Capitalism has already collapsed. The bottom is not, you ain't nowhere close to the bottom. What I'm saying is a new way, a whole new way, collecting and distributing goods and services and living on earth has to be developed in accord with our ability. We can't live in the old way. Produce and produce. Put more zeros on your card or on your account, right? And you become a billionaire to a trillionaire. Just like that. That's finished. Brothers and sisters, we have to change our way of living. If we don't change, nature will choke us to death, right? Drown us to death. The earth is going to put us in line and say, you got to relax till I can rebalance myself here, right? If you have to wash us back 1,000 years, this great globe that we live on is out of balance. It's the human being that's done it. Through greed, through mass production, right? Through producing things that are not even needed, right? To consuming things that don't make sense. To going to work 5 days a week when you could do all of what we need to do in one day, couldn't we? Tell the truth. We could. And the other 4 days is just consuming and puffing up smoke and using up all the oxygen. Because we don't do even the caveman. When things change, he changed with it. The human being through greed will have to be forced to change. The coming revolution will be led by the earth itself. I'm telling you. And our allies, as I said earlier, will be environmentalists, will be save the whales people. People that want to see the earth when you could drink water out of a stream. Yeah. When we were kids, we could drink the water out of the stream. In the country, we just all had pumps. We just pumped the water up, and that was it. We didn't have no acid rain. That was it. We didn't have no acid rain. We got to put the earth back, or allow itself to go back. All this gangster talk about George Bush and all that, they don't even count anymore. This changeover is coming no matter what they do. That's the way revolutions are. Before, they were human beings wanting to resettle and straighten things out. Now, we'll straighten out for the earth itself, which is a living organism. Will burn us up, drown us on one end, and shake us to death like a little kid till we straighten out. It's okay, that's it. No more carbon dioxide. For 30 years, we quit, right? This is our belief. Not the people. The government got you too locked down. You can't meet and figure out nothing to do against the government. If you did, it wouldn't help anything anyway. If one group of bums go in and put out another group of bums, that won't solve the problem. We have to solve the problem of the whole globe. We are really now a global village. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, that was a time if you solved the race problem, it would be good. It was a time if you solved colonialism, it would be good, right? Now, you got to solve the whole thing. The patient is dying. You see the stock market, I closed. If I had money in the stock market, I would have me a fifth of Jim Beam, the old granddad, right here, just taking a drink every 2-3 minutes. Up 500. Happy days here again. Tomorrow, down 700. Cruise for a few days, boop, down 500, down 300, down, up 200, down 500. Man alive. Anybody that got money in that stock market is a tough customer. That's a bad person. When I say bad, it means it's good. That's a strong person. Look how strong you have to be. I have $100,000 today. Tomorrow, I have $150,000. The next day, I have $70,000. The day after that, I have $52,000. Right? The day after that, I have $90,000. And the day after that, I have $30,000. Up and down. Amen. In order to be on that roller coaster, any of your parents got money in the stock market, it's tough. When you see them, say, Mama, you're a serious mama. But Daddy, you got the guts of General Patton. Okay. I hope that answered your question. All that tough talk about fighting, it's not physical fighting. That time is over. This is like the human being. The human family has to develop. This is the time that we have to improve to be better.